Monochromatic coloring. Have you ever wondered what monochromatic coloring means? What is it and how do you do it? Well, in this episode of Tips and Tricks for Beginner Colorists, I am going to show you just how you can do a monochromatic coloring in God Jul Coloring Book or Merry Christmas Coloring Book by Hanna Karlzon. And I am going to be using the page with the different sorts of snowflakes. So grab yourself a nice cup of coffee or a mug of tea, your copy of God Jul and your coloring pencils, and let's get started on all of this monochromatic coloring. Now, what is coloring monochromatic? Well, the word itself, monochromatic, means that you choose a color scheme that is based on a single color or a single hue. The other colors within the color scheme are then all light and dark variations of that hue. I have tried to save a little bit of time, so this video is not going to be too long by already doing the background. For the background, I use my Monguyo soft pastels. You can just use any soft pastels you have. It doesn't have to be Monguyo. I just use them because I have them and I like them. So I have chosen, as you can see from the background, that I want to use blue color hues for this drawing with all of the snowflakes. And to make it stand out more, I decided that I wanted to use my soft pastels for the background instead of just doing the snowflakes with a white background. But you can choose not to do the background. I mean, it's not mandatory. You don't have to have a blue background and then color all of the snowflakes blue. I have used my fixative, of course, so I am completely ready to begin. But before you begin coloring, you will have to choose. Do you want to use a coloring set with only a few blue colors? This way you will not have to think about a lot of options. You could choose Staedtler Ergosoft, for example. They don't have a lot of blue colors. The biggest set is 36 pencils, and I think they have about, if I remember correctly, about 4 blue colors. So if you choose a smaller set of pencils with only a few blue colors, then you can do patterns like for example, light blue for the 4 here and a dark blue in the middle, and then just a, well, normal blue, not a light, not a dark, for the rest of them to create a pattern. But you could also choose a coloring pencil set, like for example, the Doe & Chroma Flows, which has up to 150 pencils in the largest set, and they have a lot of different blue colors. You could also choose Eversa London or Prismacolor or other coloring pencil sets with a lot of blue colors, and then you can use different blue colors for all of the snowflakes and not just light blue, dark blue, and blue. So make that choice before you begin. How many blue pencils do you want to use? Now, I have chosen Faber-Castell Polychromas, and I have chosen 3 different blue hues. For this, I have chosen my absolute favorite colors. You can't really see what it is because there's almost nothing left of this. But this is ultramarine and light ultramarine and sky blue, my very favorite color combination of the blue colors. Then I have another favorite blue color, because I do have one more, and it's the phthalo blue colors, the light phthalo blue, the middle phthalo blue, and the phthalo blue. And finally, I have chosen cobalt blue and a helio blue reddish and Indian thrane blue. So these are the 3 color combinations, and you can see we have 3 rows with 3 snowflakes on each row. So of course I will color one of these in each row with the ultramarine set, and one with the phthalo blue set, and one with the darker blue set. So now all I have to do is choose where I want to begin, and then I can begin coloring and doing the patterns. So I will just begin with choosing, let's say, this one. And I want, because the background over here is a bit light, so I want the darkest color first, which is, of course, the ultramarine blue. Such a very, very nice blue color. And now you may be thinking, doesn't she have a pencil extender? Yes, actually I do have two for my polychromas, but I can't seem to find them at the moment, so I will just have to endure. One of the nice things about these polychromas pencils is that you can sharpen them to quite a sharp point and use them. And they are not as soft as the Prismacolors. And sometimes it does get a bit tiresome, sharpening those Prismacolors all the time. Especially if you have the Mexican board, because the Mexican board are okay, I find, to sharpen in the beginning, but when they get to a certain size about this, then they just keep on breaking when you sharpen them. Coloring monochromatic doesn't mean that you have to only use one sort of media. As long as you stay with the blue colors that I have chosen for this page, you can use all sorts of media like the soft pastels and the coloring pencils, and also for example this Pencil Sparkle Pop glitter gel pen. You can also use a super golden marker or another sort of gel pen as long as it's blue. And these little dots, I would like to use the Pencil Sparkle Pop to just give it, that little extra. And now we take the light ultramarine and color some of the details on this snowflake. And finally, you can take the sky blue and finish off the snowflake with some of the lighter details. And that was the first one. Now the second one, well, let's use the phthalo blue color combination. And since this was a darker color, the ultramarine, and I know that I want to use the very dark blue colors here, then let's use the light phthalo blue to give this snowflake some color, so it's not just dark up here in this row of snowflakes. And sometimes I get asked what fixative I use. Well, I use a fixative that I can get here in Denmark, and it's called Giant Fixative, and it's just a basic fixative that prevents these soft pastels from smudging to the opposite page. Now I know that in the United States you can get something called Krylon Workable Fixative. It's not widely sold in the EU. I think that perhaps I read somewhere Jackson's art store in England, in London, they have sold it, but there was an article about that it contained some chemicals or something that the EU had forbidden. So it's not widely sold here in the EU. I think that you can actually only get it in Jackson's art store, and I have not seen it for quite a while there. I know that in Australia, some people use something called Mikador Workable Fixative. Now these workable fixatives, this is by the way the middle phthalo blue. These workable fixatives are fixatives you can use during the process, as far as I know, of coloring. So you can use it multiple times when you color. So let's use this middle phthalo blue in, well, the middle. And let's use the light blue yet again, because I don't want a lot of dark color. But then we use the phthalo blue, the darkest of the three colors, which I had sharpened too much, so it kind of broke just a little bit. But let's use that to add the final details. And now this one is colored. And then we have the three darkest colors for this snowflake. So if you want to go really dark, you can use the indanthrene blue for most of the snowflake. But I think that I don't want the snowflakes to be too dark, so I will just start with the cobalt blue. The cobalt blue is such a really, really nice color. And I will use it to give some color to a lot of this snowflake. So what pages could you use monochromatic coloring? Well, it can be all sorts of pages. I do like using it for pages like this, because then you don't have to use a ton of different colors. This is also easy because it's a snowflake page. But, you know, imagine a Johanna Basford book, you know, where you have all of these pages with all of the different little motifs. You can use quite a lot of different colors on them. So I think that, well, I prefer to use a more limited color palette for pages like this, so you don't, you know, get overwhelmed with the color choices that you can make on pages like this. I think that it works for the best. So, but you can also use them on an entire coloring page if you want to. I haven't used it on a huge coloring page, mostly smaller coloring pages, like some in Small Victories. I will show you at the end of this video. And I think that it works great that way. Then we have the darker color, Helio Blue Reddish. And then we just add some of the details with this color. And then finally the indanthrene blue. Or indanthrene blue, and it's called indanthrene blue in the Prismacolor set. And now we have some other details. I think I would like the indanthrene blue to just give it a little bit of color here. And then just to spice it up, I would like the glitter gel pen for the middle. And these that sort of stick out from the snowflake. Of course, you could also use a white gel pen if you wanted to add some highlights here and there, or you could leave some of the white of the paper. Just have to remember. You can leave some of the white of the paper if you want to add some natural highlights. So that was the first row. So now all I need is to color the rows underneath using these colors. And again, to prevent this video from being too long, I will just color this off camera, and then we will wrap it up, and I will show you some other examples of monochromatic coloring using other colors. As you can see, I have finished the page, and I will just show you. the rest of the snowflakes. So this is how a page can look like when you use monochromatic coloring. Let me show you some other pages I have done too. So here in Small Victories, you can see what it looks like if you use only red colors, yellow, teal, purple and pink colors. And this page, again a blue page. I do love the blue colors. This was a body color where the challenge was to use only blue color tones, and I did with the Prismacolors, and also a little bit of gel pen here and there, you can see. So these are all examples of how you can color monochromatic. Choose a color and use all of the hues of the color to color a page. And as I said before, some of the pages like this, where you have all of these little motifs, are, I think, especially really great to use this sort of coloring technique for. Whereas pages like this, well, here you can use a lot of different colors because the motif is, well, not quite as simple. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Tips and Tricks for Beginner Colorists about monochromatic coloring. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something from it. Please give this video a thumbs up, a like. It really helps my channel with the algorithm. If you have suggestions for content in my Tips and Tricks for Beginner Colorists, please write it down in the comments. I would love to make videos that are really relevant for you, where you are in your coloring process. Until I see you in the next video, have a lovely day. Take care of yourself. Happy coloring. Bye.